What is up, Watch fam? Happy Thursday and welcome to Lug2Lug. I am Christian from Theo and Harris, and today we're going to be diving into an Omega Speedmaster. Actually, I believe the first one we've sold on Theo and Harris. This is the first Omega in space, and I can't wait to dive in. So let's do it. What is in the box? Well, for once, it's not Gwyneth Paltrow's head, I'll tell you that. Inside, we've got another box, a watch, and of course, enough paperwork to go around. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back up. Does the name Walter Schirra ring a bell? He was just some guy, really, some bright American entrusted as the pilot in the MA-8 mission of the Mercury Programme in 1962. Know what was on his wrist? The Omega 2998, the first Omega in space. 50 years later, we got this. A manually wound Omega Speedmaster with straight lugs and alpha hands. One very much so like the one on Schirra's wrist. It's beautiful. From its applied logo and decorated caseback to its crowned gaurd-less case and sharp pushers, the watch is simple, solid, and detailed where it counts. Okay, so is it a reissue? Well, not exactly. I mean, it is, but it doesn't wear like one. It wears like an extremely well-designed modern watch, actually. I mean, unlike the Jaeger-LeCoultre Culture Reverso tribute to 1931, which I also love, it doesn't have a vintage feel that most would detect. So yes, it takes most of the major design elements right from Schirra's wrist, but still, it's very much so a modern Speedy. From a development level, I love how it balances its obvious respect for its predecessor while still making some minor alterations. It's the same black dial, bezel, stainless case, straight lugs, and enchanting alpha hands, but the movement, loom, and the crystal have been modernized, and appropriately so. Powering the watch is the manually wound Omega Caliber 1861, a movement very much so based on the famous 321 caliber used in Schirra's watch. It's got a higher BPH, fewer parts, and actually, it's even rhodium plated. So no, Omega didn't use a movement that they feel is, at this point, outdated. And no matter how much I and every vintage geek loves the 321, this does make sense. Let's get into size. At 39.7 millimeters, it's a few millimeters smaller than most of the current production Speedmasters. To me, it's perfect. Honestly, wearing a little larger than a 40 millimeter GMT, it's got beef, but still, it doesn't overpower my 7-inch wrist. I've said it before, and I will say it again. I am not a Speedmaster addict. They're too sporty for my style, too big for my wrist, and frankly, the references confuse the shit out of me. But owning this, the quote-unquote first Omega in space, has been awesome, truly. It's a watch with detail and finishing, one you can rely on. It's a watch I can, without question, very much so endorse. And it is, with its box and paperwork, officially available at the watch shop at theoandharris.com.